Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zai. You already know what time it is, but basically, man, like you already know what type of channel I got, what type of controversy I bring when I get to speaking. But at the end of the day, man, this dude Charleston White. Now, Charleston White was one of those dudes that I seen on Vlad TV, and I found him to be extremely intelligent, articulate, and really looking to, push a positive message and just foregoing all the bullshit that he had took part in. But he also had an underlying negative aspect to a lot of things in life. Now, for the most part, that's just YouTube. A lot of people come to YouTube to be entertained. I myself do videos in hopes that somebody will either grab some type of message, maybe feel disrespected, or be entertained. And that's the whole thing. You cannot be a content creator on YouTube without trying to cover one of those bases. Either you're giving some sort of knowledge, either you're entertaining somebody, or you're hoping that people will get upset so they'll come back and view your content. Just all depends on what type of individual you are. Me being who I am, I'm more on the be entertained, disrespect you if you don't like it, and and that's just being true to myself. Now, Charleston White, I think in a sense, is only being true to himself. He sees things a certain way. I'm not too much worried about the fact that he dissed Bloods or Crips, because that's something that they need to handle. I think he is one of those individuals that can't necessarily stand on his own 2 feet. He may say things along the line, basically that he's this and he grabs his nuts and he does all this other shit. But I think he's more of a character, and I notice when things tend to start going a certain way, he tends to lean more towards the, oh, well, I spoke to these Bloods over here, or I spoke to these Mexicans over here, and they're not like these Mexicans over here, and these Mexicans know that I'm not talking about them, but these Mexicans right here, you see what I'm saying? He's one of those. Like He's like the little kid on the playground that when he's mad at one person, he tries to get everybody else, you know what I mean, behind him so he can feel secure. That's the type of individual Charleston White is. And I think that's going to be his demise. Maybe he might get lucky and people just see him more as a clown and forget about him and don't no longer want to touch on that subject. To be honest, a lot of the reason why Charleston White is famous as he is because people talk about him. Just like in this video, I'm talking about him. If people no longer talked about him, he would be irrelevant. 6ix9ine is another one. Irrelevant if nobody spoke on him. For the most part, he would fade to the black. He could be famous in multiple countries, but out here, as long as you didn't speak on him, nobody would care. But the simple fact that he is a rat and that eventually he will get touched, God willing. But let's go back to what I was talking about. Now, the whole thing with Charleston White, Charleston White, you got to take with a grain of salt. He's a character. And anytime he gets in front of that camera, he's in character. He'll say all this, oh, I was over here with these Bloods, I was over here with these Crips, or I was messing with these essays, and, they see where I was coming from, and I was in the trenches. But they knew I was a Papa Bear, and they knew that I was a lion. And nobody, look at, that's what I'm saying. He's a character. It's hard not to be, entertained by this dude. Like, you can't, be honest. The dude will get on and he'll say some outlandish shit and it'll be funny as hell. I no longer take Charleston White serious. I don't even take it personal. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of individual he is. You put him in front of the camera, he becomes that character. In real life, I doubt that he's that character that he portraying. I think he's one of those that don't know when to shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing with Nipsey Hussle. He tried to say what he said without being disrespectful, but as smart as he is and articulate as he is, he just couldn't bring that out. I get what he was trying to say with the whole demise of a race, you know what I mean? Putting one against the other and just basically getting nowhere with the fact that you're causing genocide. I got that. I got the fact that, he people should be praised before they die. And people that are really with, I got that. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand that Charleston White is a character. It's like Hassan Campbell. After his his tragic background, I understood where he was coming from in a certain sense. I would be frustrated too. I would be mad too if something like that happened to me. You know what I mean? but I understand what type of characters, and now that both of these cats have shifted from any type of positive message to doing whatever it takes to make content. That's what it is. Once you get on YouTube, I'm telling you, a lot of people may not know it, but once you get on YouTube, you get to a certain stature, you want to maintain that stature. You always want to be in the trending. You always want to be that person. And even though Charleston White, I haven't seen any real channel that was his, for the most part, he's in everybody's mouth. There ain't too many people in the United States that don't know about Charleston White. You know what I mean? Charleston White know about Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those. And I think for the most part, people just need to take it a grain of salt. He's going to be a character regardless. And I see something, it was an interview, and they were saying about the dude Say Cheese. And the simple fact that he promotes him a lot. Not necessarily promotes him, but keeps bringing him to the platform. But you could say the same about No Jumper and No Jumper, you know, bringing C-Mac and all these cats that have conflict with each other in order to create content. And that's just what a content creator does. So I don't really see nothing wrong with it. I understand that Charleston White is a man that must learn consequences, and eventually he will learn it. You know what I mean? Man, that's really all I could say about Charleston White, man. He's a character. I don't necessarily like him just for certain things that he says. I think that he could say things a lot better. I understand some of the mess he's trying to get across, but I think he contradicts himself a lot of times, because he'll say it's for this, but then turn around and do this. But for the most part, I take it with a grain of salt. And I think that's what everybody needs to do. You know what I mean? Need to take it with a grain of salt. Now, you got other cats on YouTube that, you know, they're doing all types of outlandish stuff, but, you know, nobody really takes him serious. I just think that as articulate as this dude is that's the reason why it's getting, you know, and a lot of people like to go at those who are on top. And to be honest, his content is on top. A lot of people pay attention to what he says. Like, as many people are against what this dude stands for, there's a lot of people that understand that underlying message beneath what he said. I say, after all that larger than life talk, motherfuckers understand his message and what he's trying to accomplish. I just think that he hasn't did it in the right way, so there'll be real consequence behind that. But I also understand that he's one of those that he tries to deflect a lot. You know what I mean? And give reason why he said something when he just shouldn't have said it in the first place. But that's between Charleston White and whoever has an issue with him. I don't have no issue with the guy. I still think he's like an informant or something. It just something about him that gives off the I'm a snitch vibe. You know what I mean? But who's to know? You know what I mean? So until that's proven, I just take it as a grain of salt. Dude is just a character on camera, and he's gonna do whatever he has to do to stay relevant. And right now, he's more than relevant, because there's a lot of people such as this channel speaking on him right now, and he's going at it with all types of people. But he just got one of them personalities like, hey, I'm gonna grip minds, and whatever you don't like it, I'm gonna say what I say. Like a lot of people that can use guns or not afraid to do shit. You know what I mean? If you listen to his interview, the first one with Vlad, he was talking about, you know, he'll let it pop. So, you know, who's to know if it's true or not, but take it with a grain of salt. Anyways, man, whatever the Charleston White, just wanted to speak on him real quick because people be asking me. And also his videos, I just see them, and I sometimes want to comment, I just leave it alone. But for the most part, man, it is what it is. You enjoy your night. I'm out.